Well, good evening again. Today, inshallah, we will be discussing this skill, which is skill 39. It has to do with problems with nouns. Okay, sometimes we have some problems with nouns, all right, which means that some of us sometimes, we have an issue with, the noun itself. Is it singular? Is it plural? Some of you probably can't tell all the time. So the goal is to get to know as many, names of things, items, whatever, let me say, proper nouns as possible. Okay. And that way you are able to, differentiate the singular from the plural. All right. Yeah. Usually we add an S with nouns to make them plural, but that is not always the case, right? Yeah. Let's take a look at this topic, problems with nouns. So the book says the same types of problems with nouns appear in the written expression section of the TOEFL test. So you might have a sentence where there is, a noun which is incorrect in terms of whether it's singular or plural, and you have to deal with it. All right. You have to tell me it's wrong and you have to correct it then. All right. You should be familiar with these problems so that you will recognize them easily. Why are we discussing problems like that? Because remember, guys, there are two ways to learn. Either through models, we have the correct forms and the correct, let me say, sentences with everything that is correct. And then no, sometimes we have, mistakes, and we let me say, point out the mistakes. We discuss them. We discuss what's right, what should be right, let me say, or correct. And that's how we, let me say, learn, about, let me say, the proper singular form of a noun and the plural form of a noun. Okay. So you should be able to do the following. 1, use the correct singular or plural noun. So you should be able to give the singular and the plural form of the noun. Distinguish countable and uncountable. Like if there's a noun like furniture, you have to know that this noun is what? Probably uncountable, something like that. Countable means could be counted and it has a form which is plural. So when you say girl, girl is countable. Why? Because it has a different form that refers to it as a plural noun. So girls, all right? For example, man, is it countable? Yes, it is. It doesn't really follow, the let me say, the addition of the S where, let me say, or which most nouns, let me say, require to make plural, but it has a different form and that's why it's countable. So man, M-A-N, that's singular. M-E-N with the E in the middle, that's plural. So that's countable. Why countable? Countable means it has a certain spelling in the singular and a different spelling in the plural. Spelling means the way you write it. Okay, it's different, not exactly the same. Of course, even if the difference is just one letter, okay, and it's correct, that means it's a difference. And that's when we say that, the noun itself is countable. Uncountable means you cannot add or change anything to make it plural. It has only one form, like traffic, like information, like advice, like blood, like love. Okay. So these are, nouns that are uncountable. And like I said, you cannot make any differences to, changes, I'm sorry, to them in order to, make them plural. They only have one form. How do I show like, let me say, like, you're talking about like a large amount of that thing, whatever it is. You can either use something called partitive, like how, what do you mean partitive? Like you use something that will divide them, those things. How? You say, I want probably 2 spoons of sugar. Now, what's the plural? Spoons, not sugar. See, 5 cups of sugar, cups, not sugar. Sugar remain the way it is, okay? So you showed the quantity, the amount, let me say, through cups, through spoons. And that's the let me say, the new noun that you use to show plural, and it's used in the plural form to show amount, okay? But, the word itself, sugar, rice, salt, blood, those, are words that will always be uncountable and their form will always be the same, all right? And there's another way, just in general, you just say, you know, we need a lot of blood because we're doing an operation. Like if, you know, you have doctors at a hospital, they would be, you know, talking about an operation that they need to do and that requires a lot of blood. All right, something like that. Okay. Okay, take a look at this, you know, section. Or did I talk about this? Recognize irregular. Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't talk about this. Recognize irregular singular and plural nouns. Okay, irregular singular. What does that mean? Plural nouns. So irregular means does not follow the rule. The rule usually is to add an s to make plural. Okay, but what if it doesn't? You know, what if we don't add an s to make the noun plural? That means it's irregular. Okay, but it's still, you know, plural. Okay, you can make it plural. You can make it singular. It's countable. You know. Distinguish the person from the thing. Sometimes, guys, you know, we have to pay attention to the noun. Is this noun a noun that refers to someone, a person, or is this a noun that refers to something, an object, not a human being, you know? All right. So we will talk about that, of course, in time. Now let's focus on skill 39, which is what? Use the correct singular or plural noun. Okay. A problem that is common in the written expression section of the TOEFL test is a singular noun used where a plural noun is needed. What does that mean? Like I have are in my sentence. So when I say are, am I going to say she or they with are? She are or they are?
They are.
Of course. Now, if I say something like the books, do I say the book or the books are?
The books.
Books are.
Exactly. Okay. So this is what we mean by one of the problems is that we will find sometimes a noun used where a plural noun is needed or vice versa. Okay. Vice versa means the opposite, the other way around. Okay. So we need a plural noun here, but we don't have one. We have a singular one. So we have to change it, of course. Okay. Or a plural noun used where a singular noun is needed, like the opposite. Look at this example. On the table, on the table. Now, this is the subject. There, were many dishes, or many dishes were on the table there. So many dishes is the subject, really, right? But it's flipped in that kind of, you know, way, because we're talking about here what? Their place. Remember when we said that we can have inversion with place? So there, were many dishes, as if it's really many dishes were, you know, there. There means on the table, okay? So many dishes were on the table, or on the table there were many dishes. Okay, what do you think, guys? Is this fine? I read it correctly. I read it correctly by accident. Yeah, so I read it by accident correctly. I shouldn't have. I should have read it the way it was written. Okay, because you know, but you know, naturally you would just go ahead and read it plural because there's were. Okay, but let's stick to what's written down. It says on the table there were many dish. Is that fine?
No,
Of course, there are many.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and even if we did not have many, there were by itself. Okay, we're talking about dishes. Dish, صحن. Dishes, صحون, plates. So another word for dish is صحن. The plural form is es. Of course, guys, you know, it's just a spelling thing, you know, when the ending of the noun is sh, ch, x, ss, we add not s just by itself to make it plural, we add es. Okay, it's like, you know, a spelling rule. Okay, so when we want to make, you know, the nouns plural, that can be pluralized in that way, we call them regular nouns. Regular nouns are nouns that, you know, require an s or an es to, you know, make them plural or to change them into plural, because we need a plural form of the noun. Okay, so this is regular dish because it has the es, but because it ends with sh, dish, es, not just s by itself, because we say girl, girls, just an s we add. But why here did we add an es? It's a spelling issue. Okay, so there's an s. As long as there's an s, it's regular, okay? Now the ES is just something that has to do with spelling, because by nature, guys, when we say dish, we want to add the S, dish, it's hard to pronounce, got it? There's a difficulty in pronunciation. So the E is just to make this flow happen, okay? Dishes, dishes, okay? Nothing more than that. So it's not, the rule here is not, you know, a big rule that requires, you know, major change. It's just because we want this flow to take place when we pronounce the word dishes, all right? So that's why there's an E. And this happens with boxes, for example. Dresses, huh? What else do we have, huh? Tooth or teeth, sorry, toothbrushes, okay? Toothbrushes, let's say with brushes, that's the thing. All right. In the first example, this one over here, let's see what the comment is. I need to admit some of your classmates. All right. So in the first example, many indicates that the plural, dishes is needed. All right. Now look at the second example, the lab assistant, someone who works at the lab. He's called a lab assistant. Okay. Finished every tests. Look at there's an S. Every
Test.
of course, yeah. With every we need test, not tests. Okay. Every single, but because some people make a mistake, because the word every shows that, you know, there's a lot going on. Okay, that's why. So some people might, you know, just wrongly commit the mistake and add here a plural noun. That's why. Okay, so please do not make a mistake after every, even if we have every. And it requires that, you know, a lot of work or something of that kind. Remember that with every, we have just one singular noun, a noun that is in the singular form after it, okay? Every person, every human being, we say, not plural, okay? So the lab assistant finished every, sometimes we say every single, even, you know, we add this word, but it's not here. Every test, okay? So after every, guys, test, okay? So we want, there's a star here or an asterisk, we call it, that, you know, reflects, you know, an issue, something wrong over here. Of course, it's just to remove the S, right? And we know now why, okay? So after every, if you find it in a sentence, we have the singular, noun. In the second example, every indicates that the singular test is needed and not tests, okay? Any questions about this, guys? I guess this is our lesson, not more than that. Because we have a little bit more. Yeah, let's take a look at the little bit more of information that we have here. Okay, yeah. So this is also good because these help you guys decide that if there are in sentences, whether you're going to choose a noun which is in the singular or one which is in the plural form, all right? In the written expression section, when we talk about written expression, so you don't raise your hand in the exam next time and ask about this. The written expression section, it's the section where you have a sentence, just like these over here, these sentences, okay? And then you have lines. A line may be here, a line here. Sometimes the line could be, you know, underneath one word. Sometimes it could be 2 or 3, okay? Just, you know, it's, you know, no, I'm not going to say a random choice, you know, but, you know, we have to put certain lines so that you can decide where the mistake is. Okay. Like I said, guys, how do you decide? Because last time in the exam, some of you guys asked about this issue and were like, well, what if you can fix it here and fix it there? Okay. The you know, the problem. Okay. Or fix here just, you know, later on, not at the beginning, or vice versa. The thing is, you tell yourself this. You read the sentence, okay? You read what? The sentence. And when everything is fine and it flows very well, it's grammatical, everything's fine. Where the problem happens, like if it weren't for this, things would be fine. Where the problem happens is where you say, this is the problem. This is the mistake. Don't go and say this is the mistake when there isn't a mistake. Like, okay, all right. So the mistake is where, you know, you stopped and said, oh, from now and on, there's a mistake. Before, things were fine. If it weren't for this, the sentence would be fine. Okay. So don't fix what is first to make what's last correct. No, it's the other way around. You read, things flow, you stopped at a place where there's an issue, you decide that that's the incorrect area. So in the written expression section of the TOEFL test, you should watch very carefully for keywords like this. Look, guys, as, each, every, one, and single. These words, if you see them, they indicate what? They tell you. Indicate means tell you. يؤشر لا, making a decision, deciding on something. That a noun should be singular. So if you see these words, the noun, الاسم, what should it be? Singular, mufrad, okay? In the singular form, Yeah. So you should also watch carefully for such keywords as now the opposite. We're going to talk about plural. When you see words like this, many, several, both, because in English, guys, both is plural, because not like in Arabic, we have al-muthanna in Arabic. In English, we don't. We have singular, plural. Plural means one, two or more. I'm sorry. More than one, yani. Okay? So we deal with this the same as the plural. Various, مشكل, متنوع, because many, المني, العديد, several, وكثير. Several, that means also عدة. Both, اثنان, various, مشكل, مجموعة مشكلة. That's what it means to various, different kinds of things, and items. And two, ولما نقول اثنان أصلا بشكل واضح, in a clear way, two, things. Or any other number except one. Any number mentioned in the sentence, which is not one, two, and above and higher than two, 3, 4, 5, whatever. So the noun that will come, or that will be part of the structure in the sentence, should be in the plural form. So that indicate that a noun should be plural. These are words that indicate that the noun, followed by these words, should be plural. The following chart lists the keywords that indicate to you whether a noun should be singular or plural. These, if they are in a sentence, and then they're followed by a certain noun, the noun should be with these singular, with these plural. Okay? So for singular nouns, keywords for singular and plural nouns. Here with singular, each, every, single, one, because we say each person, every person, شخص. Every single person, a single man, we say he is a single man. Man is singular. What is this? I want one candy, one book. Can I have a pen? A pen, see? But look here, both girls, both books were amazing and interesting. I read 2 books yesterday, plural, see? 2 books. I ate so many what? What did I eat? So many what? So many candies. I want to buy several items, several notebooks, all right? Various, this can, can, علبة, حديد. This can says that it contains various sweets, various, like different kinds of, all right? Sweets, all right? Or candies, all right? Various. Okay. Or chocolates, we can say that too. All right, so it depends, guys. Some words sometimes, it depends. It depends on, what we're saying. If we're talking about like a kind, kind, like chocolate. What flavor do you like? I like chocolate. But how many chocolate, let me say bars have you eaten? I've eaten like 2 or 3, okay? So it depends. If you're talking about pieces, that makes a difference, okay? Sometimes we say chocolates, by the way, and it means chocolate bars, all right? Yeah, it depends. So anyway, we have sentences as usual. Some of these sentences have mistakes in them and the others don't. Each of the following sentences contains at least one keyword to tell you if a noun should be singular or plural. Circle the keyword. We want to circle the keyword. Keyword means one of these words, okay? Circle the keyword, then draw arrows to the nouns they describe. So many, for example, here describes part, okay? Various what? Various types. It describes types here. So, these words, they describe what they are, followed by, And then draw arrows, etc. Then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. Are these sentences correct? Are they incorrect? Dr. Ghaith, let's start with you. Which sentence have you chosen?
Number 3.
Go ahead.
The sales clerk demonstrated various additional way that the machine could be used. Incorrect.
Incorrect.
It should be additional ways.
Excellent, Dr. Ghaith. Amazing. Yes. The sales clerk, اللي هو مندوب المبيعات, someone who sells, items, demonstrated, like showed the people that were watching various additional, ways. Not one way. He demonstrated, يعني he showed. Various means different, different kinds of ways. All right. This is what it really means. Not ways. How do we know that it's ways? Because of
various.
Yeah, various. Look, for plural nouns should be followed by when the noun. This is not a noun. It's still also various additional. It is an adjective. Ways over here is the noun, and it should be in the plural. That, of course, what about these ways? The ways that the machine could be used. Okay, we have different kinds of machines, guys. We have dishwashers, we have washing machines, we have dryers, we have, what else? Blow dries, right? How do we use these machines? Not only in one way. Sometimes we can use them in, not sometimes, all the times. We could use them in different ways, but most of us, are fixated on one way, right? Many of us, sometimes we just like doing things in one way or using the machine or device to do one thing, right? Although there are different things that we can do using, these machines, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. Dr. Ruba.
Good evening. Number 5.
Yeah. Number 5.
Yes. The unhappy man became more and more discouraged with each passing days. Each is for singular noun.
Good job.
It's a wrong sentence. Each passing day, the correct for.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ruba. You did amazing. Yes.
Welcome.
The unhappy man. This is our subject. This is an adjective. We're describing the man, unhappy man, unfortunately. Please don't be unhappy like this man. Always, be positive, all right? So the unhappy man, okay, became what? More and more discouraged. أصبح إيش؟ يعني what does discouraged mean? To be discouraged, what does that mean? Let down.
Disappointed.
Good.
Depressed.
Disappointed. يعني إنه وضعه النفسي يعني من سيء إلى أسوأ للأسف الشديد. With each, look at the word each. مع كل. Each means كل. Passing day. مع مرور كل يوم. Not days, guys. Even though we're talking about each, we feel that it's not just one day. Yeah, but still, the situation, we say it even in Arabic, مع مرور كل يوم. طبعا ومجموع هذول الأيام يعني, كل يوم بصير أيام. But how we use it here is this way. We say each passing day. And of course, this is the master of the sentence. Each is a word, as we just said right here a while ago. Here we go. It requires that, after it, we're going to have what? A singular noun. All right? Each passing day. All right. So day should be without the S here. Who wants to do another sentence? Okay, Noura, Dr. Noura.
Yes, Doctor.
أهلا.
Number 7.
Go ahead.
The manager was surprised that not a single worker was available on Tuesday. It's correct one. A single.
Yeah, no problem with that. The manager, what about the manager? Was surprised that not a single worker, oh my gosh, was available on Tuesday. This just happened to me a while ago when I logged on and I was alone for maybe half a minute. And then Dr. Ghaith was the first person to, come to Zoom. And then all of you guys came. But for like half a minute, I was like, is today Sunday or Monday? I questioned the day even. All right. I know it's Monday, but then that's when I said, I think I should remind you guys that today's Monday, it's not Sunday. All right. So yeah, which sentence was it? The manager, because he is just like me. He in this sentence was like me. All right. The manager, or I was like him. The manager was surprised. تفاجأ المانجر المدير المسؤول. Why? That not a single worker. Surprised what? By what? That not a single worker was available on Tuesday. ولا عامل من الموجودين اللي لازم يجوا على الشغل was available, كان موجود on Tuesday. So this is the word. Honestly, it's single. This is the key word here. Keyword for singular or plural. Here, single is, a keyword for singular, and worker, it's in the singular form. That's the noun. So things are fine. Everything's great and amazing. Let's do one more. Who would like to do the last one before we move on to the new lesson? New lesson. Come on, come on. Where are you guys? Come on. We have 16 people in this classroom. In this virtual classroom, we have not just 16. Where are you guys? Dr. Noura? Another one? Another question? Dr. Ghaith is celebrating the holidays, it seems. One is enough for him, Yes, Dr. Noura, go ahead. Which one?
Number 10, Doctor.
Yeah, go ahead for 10.
There were several books
see
in the cupboard.
I don't, okay, there you go. Yeah, there were.
And each box contained a dozen glasses. It's correct one. Each box singular.
Good. There were several boxes in the cupboard. And each box contained a dozen glasses. Correct, 100%. Thank you. So there were several boxes in the cupboard. كان في بالخزانة cupboard اللي هي الخزانة guys, خزانات المطبخ, you know them. They're called cupboard. There were كان فيهم several boxes عدة كراتين, كراتين اللي قصدهم فيهم اللي فيهم الكاسات. All right. And each box, وكل box, كل كرتونة كانت تحتوي, contained معناها بتحتوي, كانت على a dozen glasses, 12 كاسة, دزينة يعني, دزينة كاسات. We say this sometimes even. All right, so we have finished this lesson. You guys have any problems? Do you have any problems with this? So this, lesson honestly focused on, the, keywords, that kind of indicate whether we should be using a singular noun or a plural noun, okay? So pay attention to those key, let me say, what would we call them? Key words. كلمات مفتاحية بتساعدنا إنه نميز whether, let me say, the noun should be in the singular or in the plural form. Okay, let me see if we can go up. Here we go. See, keywords for singular and plural noun. These are the keywords for singular nouns and these before plural. Of course, these are words that come before the nouns, okay? And they are called keywords for singular, the ones at the top, and the other ones keywords for plural nouns, okay? Yeah, let's take a look now at skill 40. Any questions before we move on to skill 40? Show me your hands if you have any questions. I don't mind. If you have any questions, you are more than welcome to ask about anything you want, okay? Yeah, and if you feel that the question isn't suitable now, we will have a break. And before the break, inshallah, before I record any of this information, that we're discussing here, I can also listen to any random question that you have in mind, okay? Skill 40, distinguish countable and uncountable nouns. I think we have generally spoken about this topic and about the skill that, we should distinguish between nouns when they are countable, and when they are uncountable. Okay, in English, nouns are classified as countable or uncountable. Some nouns are classified as countable and others are uncountable. For example, if I say the word love, what is it, countable or uncountable? Love.
Uncountable.
Good job, uncountable. If I say person, countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable. Of course, what does that mean? Why did we say that love isn't countable? Because it only has one, what?
Loves.
One noun, one form for the noun. You cannot add anything to the noun to make it, more. Okay? Like you want to express a lot of love. Can we say loves? No, of course we cannot. That's a verb, loves. He loves me. I love him. He loves me. All right. With the S, loves, like someone loves you. Okay. It's a verb. But as a noun and it's plural, no, you cannot. I say that I shower my children with a lot of love. See, the word love remained as it is, even though I am talking about, a great amount of feelings and, emotions that I will or can provide my children with and so on, right? Yeah. And then I mentioned the word person, and I asked you whether it was singular or plural, and you said it's plural. Why? Because person could be changed into people to use in the plural, or I can just say persons. By the way, a long time ago, persons was used. It's not wrong, by the way. Some people think that the word persons is wrong. No, it's not wrong. It's just, an old word. It's not used anymore. Nowadays, when I want to talk about a group of people, I say the people. You just heard me say people. A group of people, I say people. Yeah. A long time ago, like Shakespeare used the word persons, okay, for, to be the plural form of person. So it's not wrong. It's just not common. It's not used. And my advice to you is not to use what is not common, unless it's like in a lesson that you have discussed and, it's used and you're using let me say, the atmosphere, the historical context, the language of the time. That's fine. Okay. Other than that, I would just say no need, if you're curious and you want to know, why not? But other than that, just don't use what is not, used a lot. So in English, nouns are classified, we said, as countable or uncountable, right? For certain questions on the TOEFL test, it is necessary to distinguish countable and uncountable. You must, guys, distinguish nouns as countable or uncountable in order to use the correct modifier for them. Why should you know to use the correct modifier? Modifier is something that modifies them. Modifies means what? Describes them. A modifier, in a way, kind of describes them. Okay, let me make the screen just a little bit smaller so that I can move and change the page. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Let me enlarge, and then we have to admit some people in. Okay, here we go. Bring this down. Go over here. Let's take a look at the top. So as the name implies, countable nouns are nouns that can be counted. Countable nouns can come in quantities of 1 or 2 or 100. Okay? Because I can say, listen, I can say 100 books, 3 books. But can I say this about love, about traffic? No, I cannot. I cannot use the number with them in that kind of way. Then what do? I have already told you, and I'm going to tell you more as we read this, what is written now on this page.
We can use quantities.
Like
a cup of sugar or a spoon of sugar, something like that.
Good. These are
a can of soda.
Now these, yeah, Dr. Ghait, are called partitives. Partitives. Okay.
Partitives.
Yeah, we call them partitives, and they are like we use them to divide what cannot be divided. Okay. To
yes,
count
and after that,
listen, Dr. Ghait. What I want to say is that, what did I count when you said a spoon of sugar, 2 spoons? I counted the word spoons, not sugar itself. See? So that's just my way out. It's my way out, and it works. That's the solution when I am dealing with nouns that are uncountable. I use the partitives because the partitives themselves can be counted. Correct. So thank you for that. The noun book is countable, right? Because we can say books about it. Countable means simply that I have a different form for it when it's plural. So anything that you don't have a different form for it to make it plural, it's called uncountable. Book has another form, books, because you can have one book or several books. The thing is that you can say books, but with sugar, you can't. One word, sugar. What do? We said the solution right now. We use something called the partitive. We use a noun like spoon because it could be spoons. It has a plural form. We use, for example, packets, because it could be used in the plural and so on. Cups. We use partitives. We use nouns that divide, nouns that do have a plural form that can help us divide these items which are uncountable. So uncountable nouns, on the other hand, are nouns that cannot be counted. Why? Because they come in some indeterminate quantity or mass. They come in an indeterminate quantity. Like, you know, you really cannot count, you know, let me say, what those specks of sugar. Can you really? Come on, 1 speck of sugar, 2 specks. You cannot. That's what we call by indeterminate quantity or mass. Like rice. Come on, are we going to count rice in that kind of, that's really the reason why they are uncountable. Got the idea? Because they come as a chunk, like a unit, which is like, you know, you can't really count pieces among them. That's why, okay? Like they don't come as a one piece, like a book, and or like a, or you know, let me say, a girl or a human being, or let me say a gadget, a piece, an object, you know, they don't come in that kind of way. So a noun such as milk, this is uncountable, or happiness, as-sa'ada, milk, you know, halib, happiness, as-sa'ada, cannot be counted. What does it mean it can't be counted? You can't say this is 1 happiness, 2 happinesses, or 1 milk, 2 milk. You cannot. So what's the solution? We will talk about the solution more. We have spoken about it, Dr. Ghaith and I, and we will speak some more about it in a few minutes. You cannot have 1 milk or 2 milks. You know, we can't say this. This is what they mean you cannot have. And you cannot find 1 happiness or 2 happinesses. Uncountable nouns are often, why? Often they are what? Liquid. غالبا بيكونوا سوائل. Such as water, أمثلة على ذلك الماء, oil, الزيت, or shampoo, shampoo شعر, you know, shampoo, I don't know, dishwashing liquid, if you want to call it, you know, liquidy stuff. Uncountable nouns can also refer to abstract ideas. وأحيانا guys بيشيروا إلى abstract ideas. أفكار مالها معنوية, okay? معنوية. Abstract means أشياء معنوية, okay? Like when you say love, when you say happiness, when you say care, الاهتمام, respect, الاحترام. Look at this, the more examples here. Look, security, الأمن, friendship, الصداقة. So we have a camera. Dr. Sana, your camera is on. I hope you're okay with what you're showing us. Okay, Dr. Sana? I don't know what that could be. All right, let's stop her video just in case. Oh, I know how to stop the video. That's amazing. You know, I didn't know that I could do that. All right, so friendship, الصداقة, or hope, الأمل, guys. So these are all words that refer to abstract ideas. أفكار مالهم, guys, not concrete. The opposite of abstract is concrete. Abstract, محسوس وليس ملموس. Okay, that's really what it means. Okay, and one moment, please. I'm trying to do something here. I don't even know. Okay, where are my participants, you guys? Is everybody okay? Sorry about that. When you know you want to answer or help me out, you can unmute your mic, no problem. Okay, so move on to this. It is important for you to recognize the difference between countable and uncountable nouns when you come across such keywords as much and many. These words are going to help you with countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, yeah, so he has seen much. What do you think? Foreign films? Foreign films معناها أفلام أجنبية, يعني not محلية, not films made in Jordan, okay? So that's what we mean by foreign films. He has seen not much, because there's an asterisk. Who can help me with this? What do we need here instead of much?
Money.
Many, not money, many.
Sorry.
Many.
Okay, yeah, be careful with the word.
Or a few.
Because much, guys, للكميات اللي هي للabstract. Much with abstract, with quantity or mass. Many للمعدود. Many معناها العديد, يعني شيء بنعد. أصلا كلمة many معناها العديد. Much معناها كم. Okay, the word much. كم معين. Okay. وmany معناها معدود. أشياء ممكن نعدها. All right. Like, you know, in terms of numbers. So the thing is that he has seen many foreign films. Look at it, because it's plural. films. شاف عدد كبير من الأفلام الأجنبية. All right, that's what it really means. He didn't have what? Fun. Fun, متعة, استمتاع. This is something
Much.
abstract. Yeah, at the movies.
Much.
He didn't have much fun. ما استمتع كتير. Huh? Yeah?
Much or much of fun?
Yeah. He did not have much fun. Without of.
Without of?
Without of.
Okay.
Much fun. He didn't have much fun. ما استمتع كتير. Okay? At the movies. طبعا, I think this person is very negative. That's why he didn't have fun at the movies. Who would go to the movies and not have fun? Right? Right. So in the first example, this one over here, he has seen much foreign films, of course. Much is incorrect. Why? Because films is countable. This sentence should say many foreign films. In the second example, many is incorrect, because why this one? Fun is uncountable, of course. Remember, fun, المتعة الاستمتاع, you know, it's not considered one of these, like I'm sorry, like book. All right, it's considered like milk and happiness and water and oil. Why? Just because, no, here it's really an abstract idea. It's an idea here, okay? Like security, like friendship, like hope, okay? That's what fun is. I had a lot of fun, I say. So Dr. Ghaith, you heard me how I used the of. I had a lot of fun, but I had much fun without of. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So in the first example, we said this, okay? In the second example, we discussed. Now let's take a look at the chart. That chart. The following chart, here you go. Lists the keywords that indicate to you whether a noun should be countable or uncountable. So these words are helpful if they come before the noun, okay? So for countable nouns, we have the word many. This should, when you see many, you must have a countable noun. But listen, countable, but in the plural, it should be in the plural form. We say many girls, many what? Books, many people, many residents, many classes, many celebrations, a number, a great number of people. Number, the word number itself is an indicator. But how does it come in the sentence? Like, I saw a great number of people. Like so many people. It's another way of saying so many.
Or number of sugar spoons or something like that.
Not in that way, Dr. Ghaith. You will see it in more examples in a few minutes, but I gave you the most popular way of it being used. Sometimes we use this phrase. It's part of a phrase, Dr. Ghaith, honestly speaking. I saw a great number of people. Okay, we say this, a great number. Right? I read, a great number of, of pages. Or a big number of pages, we say something like that sometimes. Okay? Like so many, it means in that kind of way. We'll see how it is used also over here, but this is my way of using it, okay? And I say something like, you know what? I want to make some cake. And you know what? Thank God I can. You know why? I have a few eggs in the freezer, or not in the freezer, of course, in the fridge. I have a few eggs, not one egg, several, a few, not so many, because tomorrow I have to buy some. So I'm really basically telling you that I have enough, a few eggs, but maybe they're like 6 or 7, not so many, okay? But still, it shows after a few that I'm gonna have plural. A few eggs are in the freezer, the refrigerator, I'm sorry, so I can, make use of them. Fewer people came to the movies than expected. Fewer, يعني أقل من المتوقع, but still people, not 1 or 2. So I imagine guys, I invited, I want to celebrate my birthday party and so on. And I invited, lots of people and made a lot of food. And then my friend would ask me something like, well, how was your party? How was how were things, with you? And then I say something like, oh my gosh, fewer people than I thought came to the party. Fewer people. أقل يعني عدد, fewer people يعني الناس أقل عفوا من اللي توقعت إجوا. But the word fewer, the goal here is just to tell you that fewer is used before plural. So if you ever see few and fewer, number, many in a sentence, that is an indicator that you should use after it, the noun, in the plural form. That means once you say plural, khalas, it is what? Countable or uncountable? Three,
What's your
2, 1.
what?
Once you see a sentence that has one of these indicators, many, number, few, fewer,
It's
and you have a
countable.
plural
Should be
noun.
countable.
Yes,
Countable,
I'm just
yeah.
asking, is it countable or uncountable? Of course countable, because countable means that it has a plural form. All right? Yeah. So for uncountable nouns, so you have to use, you don't have to, but I mean, these are indicators. If they are used, it's better, because they're very helpful. They guide you. All right? So if you have in a sentence the word much, you must understand that the noun that's going to be used is for sure, not a plural, noun. It's going to be, not just plural, uncountable. Okay? Not plural, meaning here, that it's going to be uncountable. Okay? So do I say much book? Even if book is in the singular, can I say much book? No. Many
No.
books. But I say one book, a book. You don't even have to use these, words. These words are used for quantities. Did you understand what I said? These words are used for what? For quantities, for amounts. Now these are with countable, and these are with uncountable. Like, what's the solution when I want to talk about quantity? Like, my children might ask me something like this, Mom, how much do you love me? And I have to say something like, oh my gosh, a lot, right? Something like, I love you a lot. That's how much. Okay. I love you more than anything in the world. That's how much, see how I'm using the word much with love? You see? So, and the word amount itself really refers to uncountable. What is the amount of sugar that you want? What is the amount of rice? Like if I go to a shop and I want to buy, something, for example, let me say that is in a mass, like in a sack. A sack means kis. The young man who's selling me, because most of them are young men these days, would ask me something like, how much do you want? Right? He might say, look, listen, how many kilos? How many? But he said kilos of rice, of sugar. But once he says kilos, he can say how many. But if he says, he does not use kilo, he has to say something like, how much rice? How much sugar do you want? All right, something like that. That's how the general question should be. All right. So what amount? He might say, what amount do you want? All right. And I may respond and say, I don't want a kilo. I don't want a lot. I want a little. I want a little. So little is used with, guys, uncountable. A little. Less than this, I may say. If he maybe, filled up a sack for me, I'm like, oh, this is too much, this is, look, see, this is too much. I'm saying, see the word much again about the quantity that is in the sack. Can you make them less? Them means the things inside the sack. Can you make it less? Can you make them less? Whatever that is inside, See how I use, the word less, little, amount, much with uncountable nouns. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the sentences and, examine these sentences and see, whether these sentences are correct or incorrect. And if they're incorrect, what's wrong? How can they be fixed and so on. All right. Each of the following sentences, contains at least one keyword to tell you if a noun should be countable or uncountable, like one of these words. These are the keywords. Circle the keywords. We want to circle keywords like little, few, fewer. Look here. We have, what else do we have here? Many. See down here, many. We want to circle the keywords because they're going to help me out. Those keywords help. They're guide words, right? Okay. Where's the circle, circle, circle? The keyword. Draw arrows to the nouns they describe. Like when you circle it, tell me it describes what? Okay, because it describes, of course, a noun. Then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. Yes, Dr. Ghaif. Dr. Ghaid, I said Merry Christmas and he didn't respond.
Sorry. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're not
Okay.
celebrating today because I had so many students today who sent me emails telling me that they weren't coming because, you know, they still have this day off too. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Merry Christmas, and I hope you have an enjoyable, you know, holiday. And inshallah, this year will be wonderful, the coming year for all of us. Yeah. So happy New Year to you and to everybody on Zoom.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A new year full of happiness, peace, and safe.
Yeah, safety. Yes, true.
Yes.
Inshallah. Go ahead.
Number 3.
Yes.
You will have fewer problems with your income taxes if you get professional help. We have here fewer and problems, so it's correct.
Good
I
job.
think.
Yeah, it's correct. You think it's correct and you think is right. You will have fewer problems. راح يكون عندك مشاكل أقل with what؟ بإيش؟ with مع your income taxes اللي هي guys شو هي income taxes? What is it? Do you know it? ضريبة الدخل. Taxes ضريبة. Taxes ضرائب guys. ضرائب بتخص الانكم اللي هو السالري الرواتب الدخل. Okay? ها؟ When or how can you do that? If you get professional help, إذا بتحصل على مساعدة من خبير يعني بصراحة والله في ناس ما شاء الله يعني بيقدروا يوفروا يعني في عندهم هيك أساليب إنه ما يروح عليهم كتير اقتطاعات يعني if they do certain things right. Yeah. يعني people know
Also,
use their cards right. Huh? What, Dr. Ghaib?
yeah. I want to say sorry for not reply or response to you because my brothers and their children also in our home, so
So
it's
you're celebrating
proud
Christmas
today.
Did you get a lot of did you get any gifts? That's the most important.
No.
No gifts? Well, you
Yes.
probably gave gifts away, right?
Yeah, now that's my rule now.
That's amazing. Yeah, wallahi, I think that your reward, your Christmas gift is the happiness that you create for the people around you. That's the best Christmas gift that you can have. Well, that's amazing. I'm sorry, it's okay. You enjoy, us and them together, two in one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So yes, here it is, guys. So it's income taxes is where is it? The word here. Fewer problems. Our focus is this. It's true that there are nouns here and so on, but we care about this one. So you will have fewer problems. The word fewer, here it is. Look, here it is, guys. It indicates that, what should be followed by it is a noun in the plural form. And here you go. Problems is in the plural form and it's countable. Okay, another sentence, guys. Who wants to help us out with another sentence? Come on, guys, so I can give you a 15-minute break so you can earn it. Who's going to earn the break now? Yalla, come on, guys. More hands up. Dr. Ala, Dr. Abla, Dr. Asim, Dr. Dua. Come on, guys. Dr. Saad, Noura, Dr. Zaid. Where are we? Dr. Ruba, come on. Dr. Rahmeh. Dr. Ali, on the way still, Dr. Ali, Dr. Isra, Dr. Islam, Dr. Hanadi, Dr. Mishal. Cannot hear your voice. Dr. Khulu just came in, but I know she's going to raise her hand. Huh? Yeah, who's going to help us out here? Come on, guys. Come on. Do we have any hands up? Yes, Dr. Hiba. I think I did not hear you.
Hello, Doctor.
Yeah, Ahla. Go ahead.
Hello, Doctor.
I'm good. How are you?
Perfect. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Doctor, number 5.
Go ahead.
Because the bottom corner of the bucket was torn, much coins fell out. So much coins, so it's incorrect because it's countable. So need money coins.
Good job. Thank you so much. So the word coin, guys, اللي هي القطعة النقدية. Coin. The plural of coin is coins. Correct. So this is fine. No problem. It could be changed into coins. That's fine. And the problem is not with this now. The problem is here. Since this could be fine, why not change this into many? Many coins fell out. All right. because the bottom corner of the pocket was torn. لأنه الجيبة guys فيها مزع ممزوعة الجيبة you know فيها مزع معين. torn was torn كان يعني ممزوع guys فيه you know مفرور ممزوع whatever what you want to call it. pocket اللي هي الجيبة maybe جيبة البنطلون I don't know مش clear it's not clear what they're talking about which pocket but يعني where do people put money? In the pockets of their pants. Much coins, no, of course not much. قلنا اتفقنا many coins, huh? Because coins is plural and much goes with what uncountable. This is countable. This is plural coins here. So we must change it to this, many. Okay? Can we say a few coins?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can say a few.
It's countable.
Yeah, we can say that. But the thing is we have to add that's the thing. So if we just want to make one replacement, we just change, remove much and add many instead. This is the easiest replacement. Okay? But saying a few coins is not wrong. Okay? Another, you know, example. Who would like to do another sentence? Dr. Ghaith, help us out here. Save our lives.
Okay, number 6. Since he bought the new adapter, he has had less trouble with the machine. It's correct because less and trouble. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, troubles. It can be count. So less is I think without less.
Well, listen, Dr. Ghaith, I'm going to agree with you the first time.
The first time?
Most popular, yes, the most popular use for trouble is to leave it the way it is. Okay? Leave trouble the way it is. Okay? Leave it the way it is and deal with it in this kind of way. It's fine. Okay? So since he bought the new adapter, he has had less trouble. Trouble is treated as uncountable. Okay? And the way this is dealt with, you know, let me say how we deal with it here is fine. Less trouble, less problems, it means. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. But
I know I have heard it too.
Uncountable.
Dr. Ghaith, I have heard it too, as you said, the word trouble is troubles. Yeah, I've heard it. But the right thing is to say trouble and keep it like traffic. Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Doctora, could you please give again example for much, amount, little, less?
Yeah,
example.
we said something like you know, for example, I want a little sugar in my tea, like this, without saying a spoon. Can I have a little sugar in my tea?
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I drink my tea, with a little sugar.
Okay?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I use it. Yeah, a little sugar. And, you know, you might say, I would like a spoon of sugar, but now that I'm not using a little anymore. See? Now, can I have a small amount of sugar in my tea? Or I'm the kind of person that drinks tea with a small amount. See how amount? Not by itself, a small amount of sugar. Okay? That's why here, Dr. Ghaith, when I said a while ago, much, can we change it to something else? Because we have coins, plural. So we said we want many over here, okay, instead of coins. Can we say a few? We can. But the thing is, we're not going to say just few. We're going to put a few, not by itself.
Okay.
So sometimes we need to also not just put the word itself, but add additions to it to make it work here. How it's used in the language is not, you know, just one word. It's a phrase, really, in a phrase, part of a phrase, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is why English, guys, it's good to listen to English, you know, spoken by native speakers, you know, not only by people who can translate and know the meaning of the word in Arabic or, you know, got the idea. Listen to it also, you know, from native speakers, because sometimes not everything is a translation, you know, or a reflection that we have in Arabic. You know, certain words are used in a certain way by native speakers. So it's good also to listen to native speakers using the language itself, right? And, you know, how they use this and how they use that and so on, right? Yeah.
And
Is there
also
any other word that you would like me to use also in a sentence?
much and less.
Yeah, where is much? I said much. We talked about much, for example. We said that, I gave an example about, how much love, I give my children. Sometimes I might ask them something like, how much do I love you? Do you know how much I love you? Something like that. And they would say like, a lot, or, just a little, they would respond something. So a lot, see the word a lot? It's not here. Do you know why a lot is not here? Because it works here and here. Because you can say a lot with countable nouns and a lot with, uncountable. It works for both, by the way, a lot and
Okay.
lot.
What about lots of?
Same. A
The
lot,
same.
lots of, just a different phrase. By the way, when you say a lot of, it's equal to lots of, the same, but just the
Okay.
spelling or the phrase and how it is put is different, but it's
Okay.
the same in terms of meaning. And it is used with countable, plural,
And uncountable.
uncountable, both. That's why they are not here, these phrases that you have mentioned,
Okay.
because they work for both. Here we only have phrases that only work for countable and ones that only work for uncountable. And we're not
Okay.
talking about singular or little. We're talking about like, quantities, more than just one or a little, very small, tiny amount. A little bit more than
Doctor,
that. Yeah.
Doctor, may I ask about the trouble and the problem? It's unaccountable.
Yeah, well, trouble is like among the words, guys, that is, problematic. Some people
Okay.
deal with it as like traffic, and some people deal with it, as plural. Okay. Some people say troubles. He has lots of troubles in his life. Okay. But you
Oh,
can also
yes.
say a lot of trouble. So it's like the word fish. Have you ever heard the problem with the word fish? Fish,
Oh,
fish.
yes.
Some people say,
Fish. Oh, yes.
yeah. Yeah. So we have to go back to how the book uses the word trouble. Like if you take a look at the answer sheet, what does the answer sheet say? And nothing's, it's not, ashamed to say that. So we want to stick to the book and how the book uses it. How does the book use it? You have the answers at the end of the book. It's not shameful to say that, Take a look at that. How does the book deal with the word trouble? Because like I said, guys, one of the nouns that is,
Correct. Correct. Yes.
they deal with it as what?
Less. Okay. Uncountable.
Okay, khalas. Then that's amazing that they agree with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So since it's uncountable, guys, stick to it in that way. But you will hear people in movies. Listen to me. Sometimes, even us when we speak Arabic, do we speak correct Arabic? I want to ask you this question. Do we speak standard Arabic when we speak to each other in Arabic?
Not always.
Not always. And in English, it's the same. You will listen even to people who are educated. Sometimes they would be talking about a number of items, and when they talk about them, they use the verb in the singular. This is a very, common mistake that even educated people do or commit to. So they would be using plural nouns, and then they say is. Have you heard it before?
Yes, we can say, Doctor, we can say I have a lot of problems. In other way, I can say.
Of course you can. Of course you
have-
can fix the sentence in any way you like. But I mean, we want to use one move, as they say. This is the chess, shatranj. One move only. So the move that we have decided to let me say make use of is to say, where is it? This one. He has had less trouble. No moves. Do you know why? Because it's correct. Less trouble. Trouble is uncountable. And the word less, yani, is used with, here we go, with it. So since he bought the new adapter, من لما اشترى الشاحن الجديد. Let me show you the new adapter, An adapter. An adapter is like, you use it when you charge your phone, right? Right? And sometimes, adapters are helpful. He has had less trouble with the machine. It seems that this person bought a machine from the United States and is using it in Jordan, right? Because if you buy machines, guys, from America, certain, machines, they won't work well in our country, Jordan, right? You will need probably an adapter. Adapter, guys, ايش هو الادابتر بالعربي? What is it?
محول
الكهرباء. تعرفوا لانه بامريكا
اللي هو بغير، اللي هي اللي بنسميها العظمه اللي بتغير من مثلا من 3 ل 2.
محول هو
بالضبط.
هو زي ما حكينا محول، بنسميه محول بالضبط هيك يعني. اوكي. وغالبا الناس اللي بيشتروا اجهزه من برا بيحتاجوا لمحول. I have one but I'm not in my house right now. I'm visiting my parents, so you know.
دكتور ادابتر اللي هو مثلا اذا بتجيبي شاحن في له ثلاثه، يعني ثلاث
يس.
وبدك والفيش اللي بالحيط اثنين، فبتجيبي الادابتر بسموه ادابتر، بس مش
Okay, yeah,
محول
هذا
بمعنى
كمان
محول.
that's another Dr. Ghayth, that's another kind of adapter. But originally يعني قبل حتى الشواحن والتليفونات, the adapter switches voltage, electricity voltage from a certain, like a smaller number. بأمريكا مثلا الvoltage عندهم I
It's called
think
a transformer.
yeah 100 and I don't know what, وإحنا أعلى. All right, it's higher.
Yes,
So بيعمل
110
conversion
amperes.
للvoltage, هو بيعمل تحويل للvoltage لقدرة الكهرباء, right?
This device is called transformer.
Oh, wow. I think it's called an adapter. Look it up, Dr. Ghayth, in the break, okay? How about that?
Yeah, it's my major, I know.
Oh, okay. If it's your major, all right about that. Okay, let's just do one more sentence before I let you guys go. Yeah, let's take a look at the other page. I didn't look at the other page, right? We have sentences here on the other page. How about we take a look at those sentences? We have 8, 9, 10. Let's do one of those. Which one do you want to do? Dr. Dua, I did not hear your voice today. يلا.
يعطيك العافيه دكتوره. انا كنت بدي احل سنتنس 7 يعني هذول لسه ما قراتهم.
Oh, you want to go do 7? Why don't
Yes.
you just يلا, I'll help you out. 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
We're already
It's
here on that.
better. I will number 10.
يلا 10.
It's better to go shopping in the late evening because there are less people in the market and you can accomplish a number of tasks in a short period of time. Less people uncountable. Less, yes, correct. Okay. وعندنا بس هي هاي I can accomplish a complete task in a short
Yeah,
period.
Dr. Dua, they've mentioned more than one word. We have less and we have number. Okay, we have
number.
and I think everything is fine here with the nouns. The
Yeah.
goal is we want to pay attention to the nouns. Are they fine? You know, are those nouns put in place? Are they singular, plural? No.
We said less people or fewer people.
No. We say what? What do you oh, you're looking at this? People
Yes.
is plural. Thank you for looking at that. Dr. Ghayth is paying attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
So less
yes,
for
so it's an
uncountable.
incorrect sentence, right?
Yeah, it's incorrect.
Good job. I'm glad that your eye is, you know, like a hawk's eye.
And doctor, it's yes, and no, there are.
Yeah,
Yes,
so we have more than,
are.
because that's why I told you we want to
Yes.
pay attention to all. You know, if Dr. Ghayth, you didn't speak, I was going to go over every noun and you know, let me say word that comes before it. So it is better to go shopping in the late evening. Huh? I'm against this, not in Jordan. These people are wrong. It is better to go shopping early in the morning, I say. They say late evening, المساء. الأفضل الواحد يتسوق المساء. Why? Look what they say. Because there are less people. لأنه الناس بيكونوا أقل. طبعا مش less people, guys.
There are few people.
Yeah, because people is plural. Huh? So person, people. Yes, there are, thank you, fewer people. So this is wrong. Okay? In the market, huh? And you can accomplish تقدر تنجز في المحلات, you know, a number is fine of tasks. A number, but you know, a number means like you know, a few, really. Okay? A number. Let's take a look at where is number, guys. Where is it placed so that you can remember this and never forget it ever. See what goes. We have number and here we have amount. So with uncountable nouns, amount, but with countable we have number. So you can do a number. A number means يعني عدد من الأشياء. كيف بنحكي عدد in Arabic? A number of things يعني عدد من الأشياء. Okay, that's what it really means, of tasks. Okay, tasks مهمات in a short period of time. So everything is fine. The only problem is here, less people. It's not, it should be fewer people. So incorrect. Thank you, Dr. Dua, and thank you, Dr. Ghayth. Thank you, everybody. Let's take our 15 minutes break. Okay, our 15-minute break and then come back. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye for now.
Bye bye.